Alright, so I have been given what I have been warned to be a mite. And mites are fun, right? We love mites. I'm going to stick them up here with some of my already existing mites. This is the small guy, newbie, Kosi, whatever it was. Used to be a tournament champion, now it is food. So, that is not a mite. There is nothing mitish about that. It is fast. I appreciate that it's fast. It's dead. Okay, let's try that again. That's not what I wanted to click. This guy, lay time. So this is definitely engineered. You don't see these even smooth numbers frequently. What are you? You are an omnivore, 0.3. And let's see what that actually means here. What is your digestion when you eat meat? I don't know. I'm going to give it a second to find food and see what happens when it eats. Okay, so it's going to eat it's going to bite the carrot just a little bit. Okay. So I think the prog's just going to eat it. If it's... Nope, it ate the prog. Okay. I didn't catch it in time. There we go. Okay, so meat efficiency is 27.8%, which is fairly good. Yeah, no, it gets a lot of energy from meat. It likes meat. It likes meat quite a lot. It doesn't look like it has a lot in the way of digestive adaptations. I'm going to see what's happening. No, there are no digestive adaptations here. It's just 50% acid all the time, which is fine. Want to lay is just on, honestly, so that's kind of a moot neuron. Let's see what else we've got. It seems like it's traveling at 0.45 speed. It's kind of a constant. Its speed ratio is 0.5. Fairly basic. Very wide view angle. It sees all the things, sees somewhat behind it. Does not have a very far view radius. So it's going to struggle in open environments. This big soup here, it's not going to do well. Which is exactly why I'm going to go put it in the big section. All right, pause it real quick so I can catch what I'm looking at. Oh, I'm so good at this. Don't worry about it. It's amazing how many times you can click on 3 and get nothing for it. So it just goes straight forward. It doesn't look like it has any void avoidance, and for some reason it didn't grab that plant properly. I am curious. Oh, what is it doing? It's laying an egg. Okay, there isn't, yeah, we already discussed that. All right, this is what I wanted to see. So it has 22.8 efficiency on the plants, so it digests meat slightly better than plants. As far as I can tell, what that means is plants are there just enough to keep it surviving, and meat's how it thrives. And it's doing fairly well. Here come the progs. Maybe. No, the progs are going to go chase each other. And for some reason, it has decided that still is the way it wants to go. So there's no constant on your accelerate, which there's energy here. Energy has a negative input into a ReLU, which means if it's 0, it feeds a 0 input. If it's more, or if it's less than 0, it'll feed a 0 input. It won't go backwards. That was a good little catch. Good job. It ate a prog. So individually, they seem to have some survivability. They're not reproducing so far, but I did stick them in with mites. I'm going to go ahead and move to a different biome and see what happens. So we're going to get a saving screen, and I'm just going to get rid of this so that I can click on this rather than trying to go through this and clicking on it 15 times to get one of the 3. Statistics is not on my side today. So it immediately finds plant food. and dies. Let's try that again. DOT, I don't know what to really call it. I'm going to call them DOs. And we're going to do this again. Click it. It is not biting. Does it not bite? It doesn't have a grab. Okay, there is no grab function. Maybe? What makes it want to grab? Speed. It wants to grab possibly if it is traveling fast, or we have another ReLU based off of a constant, as well as a red, which is coming from this latch, which is coming from a constant and time alive. Maybe it wants, no, that's a strong negative input. I don't think this thing's ever going to grab. I don't even know why this is here. So what is it doing? It has found the food and it has stopped. It's just going to sit there sucking on that plant. Now, with a full belly, we have very, very slow energy gain. It's all going to metabolism and brain, which means that plants basically just keep these, or just enough to keep these things alive, which I don't think is a bad thing, right? In the absence of meat food, they're going to be able to stay alive. Unfortunately, I'm not sure about their hunting behavior. That they don't seem to have any desire to go out and collect the meat. So perhaps survival is just enough. I'm going to click on this guy, see what he's doing. I think it's confused because of all of the plants that it sees and is trying to bounce back and forth. But it's going to get eaten. It's dead. Okay, back to this guy. We're going to try a different environment because I don't think that we're going to gain a lot by just sitting there watching it suck on a plant. And let's go over here. So this is the other mites. These are evolved from the Prague ancestor. I don't want plants. We're going to place Bibit, select Dio, and drop it. And, ooh, what's it doing? What's it doing? It doesn't want to have anything to do with that meat. So it doesn't have hunting capabilities by the looks of it. It's going to lay an egg. Oh, it does hunt. Maybe. So yeah, it gets a hold of the meat. The meat is where it gets its actual energy from, and then lays an egg. It's definitely interesting behavior. I think they're fascinating little creatures. They're not going to take over this soup. This soup is too aggressive. And this is the most plant-dense environment, and Progs are diving into it to collect the meat. So they will eventually get eaten, and they don't seem to reproduce very fast here. And without meat, are they scavengers? They seem like scavengers to me. And there's meat in the area; they're just not going for it. And then, racist what? Oh, is it going to go for it? No. It does have meat angle. What does meat angle feed into? Meat angle feeds into a multiplier, which feeds into rotate. 100 to 1. This multiplier is connected with a linear, which is a constant. So I think we're just getting a lot of random behavior. It's not quite random, but it kind of expresses itself as random behavior. What do plants do? Plants have their own multiplier, which feeds directly into rotate on the same linear. Okay, so we have these. What else does meat? Meat angle feeds into an absolute, which feeds into a ReLU, which feeds into a multiplier, which feeds into speed. Oh, is it biting something? What's it doing? Okay, we do have grab. So it is holding on to this whale, and it is going to eat it. I was looking at the brain. I'll see this in the video when I look at it later. So we have 5 Dios. They might actually be able to reproduce. We'll see what happens, because they are directly competing with these prog wanderers. And these guys are proving to be difficult to take out. But no, they have potential. I don't think they're definitely not going to migrate. So they're going to stay within this plant system, this lush environment here. It won't. I don't think it'll ever find its way over here or here. Not a rapid grower. But we're over 10 minutes, so I'm going to cut it off here. I like them. I think they're fascinating. I'll keep an eye on them and see if they have any further more interesting behavior. And if they do, in fact, take over this lush environment, I'll post an update in the Discord. Bye.